There's something about the Sigma male that makes people stop and look, even if he's not talking, even if he's just sitting in a room, minding his business. He has a certain presence, a pull that can't be explained easily. It's not loud, it's not flashy, but it's strong. This is what people call an aura. And the Sigma male's aura? It's powerful, it's quiet, and it's hard to resist. Most people are either leaders or followers. They fit into roles, follow rules, and stick with the crowd. Sigma males don't. They live outside that system. They don't need to lead, and they don't follow. They make their own way, and they don't care who agrees. That independence makes people curious. It makes them want to understand him. But most can't. That's where the mystery begins. People are drawn to what they don't fully understand. The Sigma male gives off this energy that says, "I'm good on my own, but I see everything." He's calm, he's alert, and he doesn't need to prove himself. That lack of need, that's what makes him stand out. He doesn't chase attention, but somehow attention finds him. This kind of person doesn't talk to fill silence. He doesn't brag. He speaks when he has something to say. That makes people listen. Not because he demands it, but because his words always carry weight. He moves with purpose. He acts with reason. And every small thing he does feels intentional. That's the kind of thing that people notice, even if they don't say it. Some people have to try hard to be liked. They have to impress others or pretend to be something they're not. The Sigma male doesn't do that. He's just himself. And that's exactly why people want to be near him. He doesn't care about approval, but he gets it anyway. He doesn't ask for respect, but people give it to him without a second thought. In this video, we'll break down exactly why the Sigma male's aura is so strong. It's not magic. It's not luck. It's 6 specific traits that set him apart from the rest. These traits explain why people find him interesting, powerful, and, above all, irresistible. Let's look at the first reason behind that magnetic pull. Reason number 1. Authentic confidence. Confidence is something everyone wants, but not everyone truly has. Some people fake it. They act loud, they show off, and they try to look strong. But deep down, it's not real. The Sigma male doesn't need to fake anything. His confidence is quiet, calm, and solid. And that's why people feel it the moment he walks in. Sigma males don't base their worth on how others see them. They don't need applause. They don't need followers. They don't need people to agree with them. They know who they are, what they stand for, and what they want. That inner clarity is where their confidence comes from. He doesn't act strong, he is strong. And it shows in how he carries himself. His shoulders aren't slumped. His walk is steady. His eyes don't shift around. He holds eye contact when needed, but doesn't overdo it. He doesn't rush his words. He speaks slow and clear. These small signs show real confidence, not the kind you put on like a costume. Another thing about his confidence, it doesn't shake under pressure. If someone challenges him, he doesn't panic. He doesn't argue just to win. He stays calm. He listens. And then he responds with thought. That control, that calmness, it makes people feel like he's always in charge, even if he says very little. The Sigma male doesn't talk about his goals to sound impressive. He just works on them. He doesn't post his success everywhere. He just keeps going. That kind of quiet success is more attractive than people think. It's real. It's not made to please others. And that truth, that honesty, is hard to ignore. Most people try to build confidence from the outside. They buy things, chase likes, and try to impress. The Sigma male builds it from the inside. He works on himself. He learns. He faces problems without blaming others. That inner work shows in how he stands, how he talks, and how he lives. What also makes this confidence attractive is that it doesn't push people away. It pulls them in. People feel safe around someone who doesn't need to prove himself. They trust a man who isn't controlled by fear or ego, and that trust builds a deeper kind of respect. Even in groups, Sigma males don't fight for attention. They don't need to lead the room to feel important. But often people still look to them. Why? Because true confidence doesn't shout. It doesn't beg. It just exists. And that's what the Sigma male brings. Whether it's in business, dating, friendships, or just everyday life, This type of confidence stands out. It's not just about being sure of yourself, it's about being solid no matter who's watching. That's the kind of energy that lasts. And it's a big reason why people find Sigma males so magnetic. Reason number 2, emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence means knowing how to handle emotions, both yours and others. It's not just about being smart, it's about being calm, understanding, and in control when things get tough. The Sigma male has this in a big way, and that's what makes people trust him, respect him, and feel safe around him. Sigma males don't let emotions take over their actions. If something goes wrong, they don't scream or break down. They breathe, they think, then they act. That's because they understand that feelings are real, but they don't have to run the show. This calm reaction to stress is something people admire. It shows strength, not weakness. They also pick up on other people's emotions fast. They can read a room without asking a lot of questions. They notice tone, body language, and small changes in energy. That awareness makes others feel seen, even when the Sigma male doesn't say much. People like being around someone who just gets it. But emotional intelligence isn't just about being calm or reading people. It's about knowing your own emotional triggers too. Sigma males take the time to know themselves. They know what makes them angry, what makes them happy, and what throws them off balance. And because they understand that, they don't get caught in emotional traps. They don't explode. They don't fall into drama. In relationships, this trait is powerful. A Sigma male can listen without trying to fix everything. He won't judge someone for feeling sad or stressed. He gives space, and he offers calm support. That kind of presence is rare, and it builds strong bonds. People are drawn to that safety, even if they don't know why. This control over emotions also helps the Sigma male walk away when needed. He doesn't beg, cling, or argue when something's wrong. He sets boundaries. He stays firm. Not because he's cold, but because he respects himself. That kind of strength makes others think twice before trying to take advantage of him. Even at work or in groups, emotional intelligence shows up. The Sigma male doesn't join in on gossip or pointless arguments. He keeps things focused. If someone tries to bring drama, he steps back. People see that and trust him more. They know he's not someone who brings chaos. He brings peace, and peace is attractive. In a world where everyone's rushing, shouting, and fighting for attention, someone who's calm stands out. Someone who can stay centered, even when everything's going wrong, feels like a rock. That rock becomes a place people want to be near. So while the Sigma male may not be loud or flashy, his emotional intelligence gives him a quiet power. It's the kind of power that builds trust, respect, and deep connections. And that's one more reason why his aura is so hard to ignore. Reason number 3, intellectual depth. Sigma males are thinkers. Not just smart, but deep. They ask questions that others ignore. They're curious, always learning and always observing. This habit of deep thinking gives them a kind of quiet wisdom that draws people in. It's not about showing off knowledge. It's about having something real to say when it matters. Unlike surface-level talkers, the Sigma male listens first. He watches how people move, how they talk, and what they don't say. He connects the dots quickly, but he doesn't speak just to fill time. When he talks, it's because he's thought it through. His words are simple, but they carry weight. This depth shows in the way he approaches life. He doesn't chase things just because others are doing it. He makes decisions based on logic, reason, and purpose. If he changes jobs, it's not for status, it's because it fits his goals. If he walks away from someone, it's not drama, it's peace. That kind of clarity is attractive. People want to feel seen and heard. When someone asks the right questions, listens without rushing, and gives space to think, it feels different. Sigma males do that. They're not trying to be impressive, they're trying to understand. That kind of focus makes others open up, sometimes without even realizing it. Even in quiet moments, the Sigma male's mind is moving. He notices things. He remembers details. He looks for meaning. That doesn't mean he's distant. It means he's present in a deeper way. And that presence makes people feel like they're with someone who really gets it. In conversations, Sigma males avoid small talk when they can. They don't mind silence. They'd rather talk about real things, ideas, purpose, values, truth. They like discussing the world, human nature, what makes people act the way they do. And because they've spent so much time thinking about these things, they speak from experience. That's why when people talk with a Sigma male, they often leave feeling different. It's not just the words, it's the depth behind them. There's no fake charm, no tricks, just a mind that's been tested, sharpened and trained to look deeper than the surface. This trait also keeps them grounded. While others get distracted by trends or opinions, Sigma males stick to what matters. They're not trying to be liked. They're trying to live with purpose. That focus helps them cut through noise, stay on their path, and bring others peace just by being around. Intellectual depth isn't about having all the answers. It's about always asking the right questions. It's about being a student of life, always growing, always learning. That mindset is rare. And that rarity creates an aura people want to be close to, even if they can't explain why. Reason number 4. Independence. If there's one thing that defines a Sigma male, it's this. He doesn't need anyone to complete him. He's not lonely. He's alone by choice, and that choice gives him power. People feel it when they're around him. He's not attached. He's not chasing. He's living life on his terms. This kind of independence is rare. Most people lean on others for identity, direction, or even happiness. The Sigma male does the work himself. He takes care of his mind, his goals, and his needs. He may enjoy being around others, but he doesn't depend on it. That freedom makes him strong. He can walk into any room with no need to impress or fit in. If he gets attention, fine. If not, he's still good. He doesn't need to prove anything to feel valuable. That self-trust makes people want to follow him, even when he's not trying to lead. Sigma males aren't born this way. Their independence is earned. It comes from struggle, failure, and long hours spent figuring out who they are. They've been through enough to know what matters. They've been alone enough to know they can handle life no matter what. This mindset changes how they move. In relationships, they won't stay just to avoid being single. They don't get stuck in toxic cycles. They choose connection, but only when it adds peace, not stress. If something isn't right, they walk away. Not out of anger, but out of self-respect. In work or business, Sigma males build paths that don't rely on others to open doors for them. They build their own skills, their own value, and their own income if they can. They're not waiting for someone to save them. They're too busy saving themselves. And this independence isn't loud. It's not about showing off. It's quiet, controlled. But it's also clear. People can feel when someone doesn't need anything from them. That space creates respect. It makes others want to earn their place, not force it. Even in friendships, Sigma males are solid. They're loyal, but not dependent. They don't expect others to fix their problems. They handle things themselves, and that makes them great people to rely on, because you know they're not asking for help they wouldn't give. This trait also makes them hard to manipulate. When someone tries to control or pressure a Sigma male, it doesn't work. He sees the game and he steps away. His freedom isn't just personal, it's protective. It keeps fake people out. It keeps his circle real. There's something attractive about someone who can stand alone and still be whole. That quiet strength, that self-trust, it's rare. And when people see it, they're pulled in. Not because the Sigma male asked for attention, but because his freedom makes others wish they had the same. Reason number 5, mysterious nature. You don't have to say much to be noticed. That's something Sigma males understand well. They don't overshare. They don't explain every move. They keep parts of themselves private, not to hide, but because not everyone needs access. That mystery makes people look twice, and keep looking. Most people talk to be seen. They share their lives online. They update others constantly. They post, explain, repeat. But the Sigma male doesn't. He lets others wonder. He keeps his plans quiet. He doesn't show off what he's working on. That silence becomes power. It's not that he's cold. He just doesn't give away what hasn't been earned. People have to prove they're worth knowing. Until then, the Sigma male stays unreadable. That makes others want to know more. It builds curiosity, and curiosity turns into attraction. This mystery isn't fake or forced. It's natural. The Sigma male moves with care. He talks less, but he means what he says. He listens more, but he's not just being polite. He's learning, watching, thinking. That gives him an edge, and people feel it. Evil people don't like this trait. They can't figure him out, so they can't control him. But for everyone else, that unreadable nature is magnetic. It makes people lean in, ask questions, try to connect. And when they finally do get a piece of him, it feels earned, special, real. Even the way he carries himself adds to the mystery. His eyes don't dart around. His posture is calm. His energy is steady. You get the sense that he knows more than he says. That feeling keeps people guessing, and it makes his presence impossible to forget. In dating, this mystery makes a big difference. People get tired of the same lines and fake confidence. But with a Sigma male, they're drawn in without even knowing why. His silence feels honest. His presence feels full. He doesn't chase, and that makes others curious enough to follow. Mystery isn't about hiding. It's about knowing your value and not giving it away freely. The Sigma male lives by that rule. And in a world full of noise, that kind of quiet presence stands out like a light in the dark. Reason number 6, nonconformity. The Sigma male doesn't try to fit in, and that's exactly why people notice him. He doesn't follow trends. He doesn't copy what others do. He doesn't play by society's rules unless they make sense to him. This kind of nonconformity is not just rare, it's attractive. Most people are shaped by what the world tells them. They dress a certain way, talk a certain way, and follow a certain path. It feels safe. It feels accepted. But Sigma males aren't interested in being accepted if it means losing who they are. They'd rather stand alone and stay real. This attitude shows in how they live. They build careers that suit their values, not just the paycheck. They form relationships based on honesty, not image. They live by choice, not habit. Every move they make is thought out. They don't follow the crowd. They follow their own direction. That can make some people uncomfortable, but it also makes them curious. Why does he move like that? Why doesn't he care about what everyone else is doing? The answer is simple, because he knows what matters to him, and he's not looking for approval. This rebellious mindset doesn't come from hate. It comes from clarity. The Sigma male isn't trying to fight the system. He's just not letting it shape him. He's fine with walking away from things that most people chase. And that freedom, that clarity, it draws people in. In a world where everyone is trying to fit into something, the man who doesn't try at all ends up standing out the most. The Sigma male doesn't chase attention, but he gets it. He doesn't speak to be heard, but people listen. His confidence is quiet. His emotions are steady. His mind is sharp. His actions are real. He walks through life without needing approval, and that's why people give it to him. What makes him so magnetic isn't one thing. It's the full picture. His calm presence, his deep thinking, his emotional control, his independence, his mystery, his refusal to follow the crowd. These traits don't make him better. They make him different. And in a world full of copies, being different is powerful. People are drawn to Sigma males because they offer something rare: peace with power, stillness with strength, distance without coldness. They are hard to read but easy to respect. And that's the truth behind the irresistible aura. It's not about being flashy. It's about being real.